Good morning, students of class 10. You are welcome back to the online portal now. Let's continue our lesson in English. The necklace. The necklace. We are doing supplementary reader, lesson 7. And we have reached after the balls, Mim Lossel, or you can say Matilda, she lost the necklace. Somewhere they could not find it. They have advertised in the newspaper, even set a reward whoever finds it, but even complained or reported in the police stations. Mr. Lossel even went to the cab offices, taxi offices, you can say that. But there was no sign, no report, no news. Now here miserable struggle to pay off the loans. In this today's class, after the great loss, what was the great loss? They lost the necklace, a diamond necklace. After the great loss, a week later, a week had passed. There was no report, no news. Mr. and Mrs. Lossel, Mr. Lossel and Mrs. Lossel. Mrs. Lossel means Matilda. They knew that they had to replace the necklace. They knew that now they had to replace the necklace. They went to the shop. Mr. Lossel went to the shop and learnt. He came across a necklace quite similar to that. He learnt that similar kind of necklace, a similar type of necklace was valued at 40,000 francs. It cost 40,000 francs, but they could get it for 36,000 francs. The shopkeeper told Mr. Lossel that you can have it for 36,000 if you purchase now. So Mr. Lossel possessed 18,000 francs which his father had left him. His father left 18,000 francs for Mr. Lossel. His father passed away. So Mr. Lossel possessed 18,000 francs and the remaining money he borrowed the rest. So 18,000 he already possessed because his father had left that money, that much money for him, and remaining 18,000 he had to borrow. At last he borrowed from his friends, from relatives, from every person whom he knew. So he borrowed, promising them to return in time. So at last he got 36,000. At last he purchased the necklace. He went to the shop and purchased that necklace, diamond necklace. And his wife Matilda, or Mim Lossel, Mrs. Lossel, returned to Mim Frostier, her friend. So Matilda returned the necklace to her friend Mim Frostier. Luckily, Mim Frostier did not open the jewel box, the case, jewel case. Mim Frostier said, "You keep it there in that drawer." She did not look at it. If she had looked at it, she would have found out that this is not the real one. This is not the original which I have given. This is something different. But luckily Mim Frostier did not open the jewel box and just kept it there in the safe. Now now the necklace was returned after purchasing for 36,000 francs. Now Mim Lossel, Matilda knew the horrible life of necessity. Now there will be a horrible, difficult times ahead, a horrible time or life of necessity will follow now. They had to repay the loan. Now a lot of loan was there to repay. 18,000 francs they have to repay. They sent away the maid. A lady used to come to their house to work, to wash the clothes, wash the dishes, wipe the floors, and so on. So they sent the servant, lady servant away, and all the household work Matilda had to do. All kinds of household work, washing clothes, wiping the floors, dusting and washing clothes, cooking, cleaning, bringing water, everything. And even when she had a free time, she used to work in others' houses also as an assistant or a helper, as a maid. So they sent away the maid, changed their lodging. They rented most of the rooms and they remained in one room. So they changed lodging, they rented some rooms. So they had to earn money somehow to pay the loan. So they rented some of their rooms and they sent away the servant. She used to work all the household work she used to do. Not only that, she used to work in other places, in other houses, neighbors' houses. So she did all kinds of household work, everything. Even she did some part-time jobs, work in others' house, neighbors. He went to the neighbor and worked there. Her husband also worked part-time jobs in the evening and came home very late. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock her husband used to return home. And very early in the morning he used to go again. Whole day he used to work in the office as well as after the office hours. He used to work in 2-3 places, at 2-3 places. So their miserable life followed. And it lasted for 10 years, not 1-2 years, it really lasted for 10 years. How time passed away, they did not know. So the time just flew like that. They had no time to talk to each other. Husband used to come very late at night, he used to get too tired, eat the dinner and sleep. Early in the morning he used to dress up, eat breakfast and go. So in this way they had no time to sit together or talk together. So these difficult times, very difficult times, lasted 10 years. Their difficult times, a horrible struggle in life lasted for 10 years. At the end of 10 years, when the 10 years had passed, at the end of 10 years, they had paid all the loans. All the loans were repaid. Now they were relieved. They breathed they took a long breath. They were relieved. They took a sigh. Mim Lawson seemed old now because of the tension, because of the problem, because of the burden of the work. She had grown very old. Her hair had turned grey. Mim Lawson seemed old now. She had become strong, hard woman. She had become very strong and hard woman. She had no time to take care of herself or to comb the hair or to dress properly. She had no time. So her hair badly dressed. Even she used to speak loudly, because when she was in tension, she used to get angry and she used to speak loudly. Very often she used to get angry in this way. Her nature changed. The way she used to dress, the way she used to speak, everything changed because of these difficult times. And it lasted 10 years, we know. She became very strong and hard. She used to speak loudly. Her hair badly dressed. Even she used to dress very normally like a common household wife. Her hands were very red, faces wrinkled. She looked very old now. Her hands were red. Sometimes she used to sit near the window and she used to think about those old days, 10 years before, when she had gone to the ball. She used to think about the ball. Because of that one night, I had to spend 10 years difficult times, she used to think and she used to weep sometimes. I have made a big mistake. I should not have gone there. I should not have borrowed. I should have listened to my husband and wore that flowers. I have borrowed the necklace and I had to spend all the money paying the loan. She used to think for a long time about the ball, that night when she went to the ball. So now in our next class we continue what happened after that. How did the story end? At the last we will talk about. So this much for today. You go through it properly. You can read it properly. In the book it is very long, so I made it short to the point. Only thing, you go to the online portal every day. Date wise you can go to the date, according to the date wise you can go, or according to the lesson, or according to the point you can go through it. There should not be any kind of confusion. You can understand easily. If you go through the online portal, you will know where we are reached. Because of this title, subtitle, chapter, dates, you can easily find out. So that's all for today. We'll continue our lesson in our next class. Thank you for watching so attentively and being part of the class. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you very much.